Hello children, welcome back to our maths class. Class 2 Mathematics Chapter 6 Length Topic Measuring Length Module 1. Learning Objectives. Let's start the topic Measuring Length. Children, what do you mean by a length? The word length is used to measure how long an object is. For example, the length of a classroom floor, the length of a classroom floor, and the length of a blackboard, the length of a blackboard, and the length of a pencil, length of a pencil. Okay, so children, it is also used to measure the distance from your home to school. Measuring length. Children, we can use the hand span, foot span, or the cubit to measure the smaller length. Children, you have already learned about these things in your previous classes. I'll just explain once again, children. First of all, what do you mean by a hand span? Okay, hand span is a distance from the tip of the thumb to the tip of the little finger on outstretched hands. Okay, children. So this is called a hand span. Okay, so we can measure the smaller things using hand span. Now let's see what do you mean by a foot span. The foot span is a distance from the tip of the toe to the heel of the foot. It's called a foot span. So using this foot span also we can measure the objects. Okay. Now let's see how to measure with cubit. Children, cubit is the length from the elbow to the end of the finger. Okay. Children, this is one question from your textbook. So children, all of you please listen very carefully. Okay. So this is a question from your textbook, page number 98. So jump start question. So children, listen. Using the picture, okay, so using the picture we have to answer this following question. Okay, for example, so children, in this picture you can see the trees, mountain, benches, okay, the flowers, etc. So using this picture we have to answer this following question. I'll just tell you the first question. Tick the longer bench. Tick the longer bench. So children, compare these two bench. Which one is this longer bench? Yes, this one. So we have to put the tick mark in this longer bench. Like this, you have to answer this other questions B, C, D, E and F. Very easy questions. Okay, children, you have already learned about this in your previous classes. And the question number 2 is circle the body part you would use to measure the following objects. Okay, so here some objects are given: chalk, carpet and your frock or shirt. Okay, so you have to find out which measuring length is suitable for this object. Okay, children. Listen here, children. The kingdom of King Aditya. Once upon a time, there was a king named Aditya. He wanted a new bed. He asked his helper to measure the old bed. The helper measured the bed using a comb. Okay, so King Aditya's bed is 25 combs long and 15 combs wide. So children, this is a long. Okay, this is long and this is wide. Okay, children. So the helper measured this bed. So it is 25 combs long and 15 combs wide. Okay. Then the helper went to a carpenter and gave him the measurements of the bed. The carpenter made a beautiful bed and brought it to the palace. Okay. So the King Aditya compared the two beds. Okay, and the King Aditya said, this bed is too small. No, so this is a new bed. Okay, this bed is too small. Okay, and the carpenter said, your majesty, I made it according to the measurements given by your helper. Okay, and measure it again using my comb, Aditya said. Okay, So children, upon measuring the new bed with king's comb, it was found that the bed was only 20 combs long and 10 combs wide. What is the reason, children? The king Aditya compared the carpenter's comb with his own comb. Okay, so children, listen carefully. This is carpenter's comb and this is king's comb. Okay, so this is a smaller comb and this is a longer comb. Isn't it, children? So the king realized that the combs used to measure the bed were of different sizes. Okay. Then the king Aditya wanted to find a solution to this problem. He shared his concern with the queen. Do you have a solution to this? The king asked to his queen. I think we need a common tool to measure the length and breadth of the bed. Okay. Then the king said, good idea. I will ask your carpenter to make it. So the queen said, let us name the tool meter scale. Okay, children. So the common tool name is meter scale. So children, this is a meter scale. A meter scale is used to measure length. Meter is a standard unit to measure length. For example, we can measure the length of a table, a bed, a piece of cloth, a ribbon, and many other things in meters using a meter scale. The short form of meter is m. Okay, children. So please look at this child carefully. If you stretch both your hands like this, your full span is about 1 meter long. Okay, children? Children, these are the different instruments for measuring lengths. Okay, so this type of instrument is used by merchants, and this type of instrument used by the masons or carpenters, and this type of instrument is used by tailors for measuring the parts of our body for making clothes. I'll tell you once again, children, what is a meter? A meter is a unit of length. So children, this is a 1 meter scale. Okay, this is a 1 meter scale. So using the scale, we have to measure this following things: the plant and this girl and this bicycle. Okay, so if we measure the plant with this 1 meter scale, it is exactly 1 meter. Okay, so the plant is about 1 meter tall. The plant is about 1 meter tall. Okay, what is the length of this plant? 1 meter. The next we find out the length of this girl. So children, please look at this. If we measure the length of this girl, the girl is taller than 1 meter. The girl is taller than the 1 meter scale is up to here, but the girl's height is here. Okay, so the girl is taller than 1 meter. The next, let's find out the length of bicycle. So if we measure the length of the bicycle using this 1 meter scale, please look at this picture, children. The bicycle is only this much of length. Okay, so the bicycle is shorter than 1 meter. Okay. Children, here you can see some objects are less than 1 meter and some objects are bigger than 1 meter. Okay, our hand and toffee and this bulb are smaller length of objects, no? So all these are less than 1 meter, and here the bench and car is a longer object, so all these are bigger than 1 meter. And children, this is one question. Estimate the length of the following objects and tick the correct answer. Length of blackboard, length of a cot, length of a pillow, length of a door. Okay, so we have to find out whether it is less than 1 meter or more than 1 meter. Okay, so let's look at the first question. Length of a blackboard. So children, blackboard is a longer one, isn't it? So it is definitely a more than 1 meter. Shall we check? Yes, it is more than 1 meter. The next question, length of a cot. The cot is also a longer one, so it is also more than 1 meter. So we want to tick the answer more than 1 meter. The next one, length of a pillow. So pillow is a smaller one, no? So it is definitely less than 1 meter. Okay, so we want to put the tick mark in less than 1 meter. And the last, length of a door. The door is a longer one, no? So definitely it is more than 1 meter. So put the tick mark in more than 1 meter. Children, have you all understood? Yes. This is one question from your textbook, page number 102. Let us try 6.1. Children, listen. Tick the object that is more than a meter long. More than a meter long. So children, please compare all these things, and length of the shoe and length of a book and your mother's height. And children, please look at this first two. The shoe and book is a smaller length of objects. Okay, so it is definitely less than 1 meter, but your mother's height is more than a meter long. So we want to put the tick mark here. Okay children, the next question, look at the following pictures. Write M if the length is more than a meter and L if the length is less than a meter. Okay, so comparing this, see a friend's height and the length of a toothbrush. Okay, so children, the toothbrush is a smaller length of object, no? So it is, what is the answer? Yes, you have to find out. Okay, then I'll just teach you how can we do the answer in A question. Your friend's height. So children, definitely the friend's height is more than 1 meter, more than a meter long. So we want to put the tick mark, sorry, not tick mark, write M. Okay, why he write here M children? Because write M if the length is more than a meter. Okay, so we want to write M. So like this you have to find out the answer in B question. What is the length of your toothbrush? M or L? You have to find out. And the question number 3 is very easy children. The following picture shows the houses of your friends. It also shows the distance of each house from the snack vendor. So children, this is a snack vendor and the friends' houses are given. The distance from Johnny's house to the snack vendor 30 meters. The distance from Amy's house to snack vendor is 25 meters. And the distance from Honey's house to snack vendor is 30 meters. And the distance from Lily's house to snack vendor is 50 meters. So using the picture, we want to answer this question A. What is the distance between Lily's house and the snack vendor? So where is Lily's house children? Yes, here. And the snack vendor, what is the distance? 50 meters. So the first question answer is 50 meters. And the question number B, Honey walks to the vendor and comes back home. How much distance does he cover? So children, look at the question carefully. Honey walks to the vendor first. Okay, so Honey's house is here. Honey walks to the vendor for 30 meters distance. And also she come back home. Okay, so again 30 meters. Okay, so 30 meters plus 30 meters. What is the answer? 60 meters. Okay, so children, like this you have to find the answer of question number C. It's a TMLA for you. Okay children. Dear children, your TMLA work, the textbook, page number 98. Do jumpstart problem 1 and 2. And the page number 102. Do let us try 6.1. Question number 2, B and 3, C. Children, this is your follow-up activity. Okay, so you have to write some things bigger than 1 meter and in this column and smaller than 1 meter in this column. Okay, so please do this question in your maths notebook. Children, I hope you all are understood about this measuring length. Thank you. Have a nice day.